Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I know there's a lot of folks here, a lot of excitement. We are going to call the City Council meeting to order. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're calling this meeting to order, and we start with our Pledge of Allegiance. So I am going to ask Councilmember Brogy to lead us in the pledge. Thank you. Okay, thank you. May I have a roll call?
Councilmember Brogy. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Mendez.
Here.
Mayor Villaseñor.
Here.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Here.
Councilmember Garnica.
Okay, thank you. Next on our agenda is the approval of the agenda, and I do want to make a note. I'm sorry, I think we can move ahead with that. Yes, approval of the agenda. I will seek a motion.
I move that we approve the agenda for the meeting.
Okay, motion. Do I have a second?
Second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. So we have a few presentations and things to celebrate tonight, and I am very honored that we are going to begin with our celebration of our Fillmore High School boys baseball team CIF championship recognition. And for those who may not know in the audience, I'll give you a little background on this, what took place. On Saturday, May 31st, 2025, the Fillmore Flashes boys varsity baseball team captured the hearts of our town with an unforgettable come-from-behind 7-6 victory in extra innings over the Pioneer High Titans at Blair Field in Long Beach, California. And I know that I speak on behalf of my fellow council members and our Mayor Pro Tem that it is truly an honor to be before you here today to recognize a moment that will go down in our city's history. This year, our Fillmore boys varsity baseball team did more than just play the game. They made history. With determination, teamwork, and relentless effort, they brought home the 6th CIF championship title in Flash's baseball history. Tonight, we celebrate not only the players, but also the dedicated coaches who stood beside them, mentoring, encouraging, and guiding them every step of the way. These individuals have gone above and beyond. They've helping to shape not only very talented athletes, but strong, resilient men who have made our community proud. It is my great pleasure on behalf of the City of Fillmore to present the following awards in recognition of their outstanding achievement. So before me, I'm going to have awards here for the coaches and for each player. I will call each person's name. If they'll come up, and family, whoever would be happy to take a photo, and we'll save applause until the very end, and then we'll take a big group photo. Okay, thank you. We'll see if they get the mic working. If not, I'll use the podium mic. Okay, I'd like just to read to you what is on our certificate of recognition. Okay, so this certificate is presented to, first, I am going to name the coaches, Mr. Head Coach Gerardo Sandoval Jr., in honor of an outstanding achievement and in recognition of your dedication as head coach of the Fillmore boys varsity baseball team, helping secure the Flash's Flashes Baseball's 6th CIF championship and bringing honor to the Fillmore community. Presented this 10th day of June, 2025. Mr. Sandoval. Congratulations. Yeah, sure. And I'd like to call up our assistant coach, Mr. Emmanuel Reyes. Emmanuel's here. Nope. Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. If someone would like to come up in his honor. Here you go. All right, and there's another assistant coach, Mr. Matt Suttle. Thomas Alamillo. Preston Spiker. Johan Reyes. Michael Lucas. Adrian Magana. Well done, Adrian. Good job. Congratulations. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. Justin Contreras. Congratulations. Philip King. Congratulations, Philip. Well done. David Lopez. Ivan Contreras. Congratulations. Miguel Rincon. Santiago Avila. Congratulations, Santiago. Aiden Arriola. Aiden wears the battle scars for this championship today. Jacob Renteria. Congratulations, Jacob. Matthew Zavala. Sergio Gomez. There you go, Sergio. Congratulations. Brennan Ontiveros. And last, Joseph Alamillo. Okay, I'd like to see if we can give one more big round of applause to the CIF Championship, Fillmore Boys Softball, Baseball. And I think for a group photo, maybe, I think you guys know how to do this. Maybe you can come in front.
You could get some in the back, right?
Yeah, I think that would be great. Why not? Here, I'll get out of the way here. And
Stay in the middle.
oh, stay in the middle. Okay, okay, all right. I think that would be great. I think if we could maybe do 2 rows and maybe.
Why don't we do this row? Come to the back.
Okay.
On the behind the council members, behind
Okay.
you guys. Yeah, with you guys.
Oh, with us.
Oh, no, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, whatever's the best photo for
I'm
everybody.
thinking the tallest. Maybe we put the tallest back there. That way,
Okay.
we'll be able to see them.
Okay. You standing up? Okay. And I think
Why don't
our.
we do this? Why don't we say the tallest players? Why don't we have the tallest players go in the back and the shorter players come in the front? That way we can see you guys.
I just want to make sure that we get everyone in the photo.
Miggy, Eddie. Hey, Tiki, come on, Tiki. Come on, look, there's a major height difference right there.
This is good. This is good, guys.
All right, will that work? Okay. All right, let's do maybe 3 on this side, 3 on the other. Okay.
I think they're good.
Oh, but okay, come back a little bit. I think we got to be closer to the dais. Let's see. Oh, careful there. Okay. All right. And everyone, okay, we've got all our words. Okay. All right. All right, we have one more. You taking video? Okay, great. Congratulations once again, Fillmore Flashes boys softball, on this amazing achievement. Thank you.
Go back to our seat.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Fillmore is so proud of you all. Thank you. Congratulations. Well done. Your town is proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes. Oh, thank you. That's a beautiful plaque, too. If everyone didn't get a chance to look at the CIF plaque that he brought in. Here, hold on. Please hold on to me. Okay, we're going to move now on to our next presentation. That is not all in celebrating amazing sports achievements this spring in the city of Fillmore. So our next presentation now is for the Fillmore Middle School. Sorry, just want to make sure let me get back so I can make sure I'm reading this correctly. The Fillmore Middle School Girls Soccer Team League Championship Recognition. All right. Yes. And also, again, for those here who do not know and those who are listening who do not know, let me tell you the background, how this came to be. So today we are honoring an outstanding achievement where we proudly recognize the Fillmore Middle School girls soccer team for making school history on May 22nd, 2025 by becoming league champions for the first time ever. Well done. Well done. This dedicated team of young ladies are made up of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students, and they triumphed over Rio del Valle Middle School, the 2-time reigning champions. And it was in a thrilling final match that ended in penalty kick victory. So I had to be, oh my goodness, there'd be pins and needles on that one. Oh. So despite having lost to Rio del Valle twice, earlier in the season, the Fillmore team showed determination, growth, and resilience when it mattered most. And After falling in the first round of playoffs the previous year, the team exceeded all expectations and earned their place in school history as the Fillmore Middle School's first ever soccer champions. And we are proudly here to honor the players who brought this historic victory home. So I'm going to go up now and also make a presentation. Okay, we have another certificate of recognition, and again, I will start with the head coach, and I'll read to you what the certificates say. Certificate of recognition presented to Jose Luis Lomeli Jr. in honor of your exceptional leadership, dedication, and guidance as head coach of the Fillmore Middle School girls soccer team. Your commitment to the team played a vital role in making school history on May 22nd, 2025 as league champions for the very first time ever. Presented this 10th day of June, 2025 by the city of Fillmore. Congratulations. And we'll call the names. There may be, I think there's other award ceremonies happening tonight, so not all of the girls on the team will be here, but we're going to call their names, and those who are here, come on up and please accept your award. I'm sorry, let me not move on yet by our, our assistant coach, Mr. Antonio Mendez. Congratulations, well done. Bella Mendez. Congratulations, Bella. Anissa Hernandez. Yeah, congratulations, Anissa. Sofia Bernal. Well done, Sofia. I think it's Kenya or Kenia Hernandez. Congratulations. Cassandra Robles. Well done, Cassandra. Congratulations. Adriana Ambris. Congratulations, Adi. Kaylin Aguilar. Congratulations, Kaylin. Mia Vaca. Congratulations. Aaliyah Garcia. Congratulations, Aaliyah. Adrina Alba. Congratulations, Adrina. Anel Perez. Kaylee Magana. Okay, congratulations. Siani Lomeli. Sadie Mandriquez. Clarice Robledo. Treasure Ochoa. How about me? Aaliyah Cervantes. And I've got a couple more here. Mariana Alvira. and Jesa Martinez Bernal. Okay. One more big round of applause for our Fillmore Middle School girls championship soccer victors. And let's take that group photo again. Let's see if maybe we can scoot in. What do you think? Maybe a lower roll right here? Okay, Coach knows. I know you've all have done it before. Tall people in the, let's see, yeah, here we go.
Step forward. Step forward. Okay, you girls go behind that. Scoot this way more.
Okay, everybody move, everybody shift this way a little bit, okay? There you go. And then squeeze in and be tight. How about that shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder? All right, is that getting everyone's frame? Okay.
Which one do we look at?
Just smile. I've done this before, just smile. Okay, well done, ladies. Congratulations on your school history. Thank you, coaches. Oh, I think there's another photo being taken. Well done, players.
The newspaper, that one counts.
Newspaper, guys.
Come on, smile. You guys just won.
I feel like I look outside.
Okay, that was wonderful for us to have these presentations and recognize these more amazing sporting achievements in our town. These athletes are dedicated, the coaches are dedicated, and also a big thank you also to the parents, right, for just supporting their athletes and getting them to the practices and the games and being there for them. So it's a really wonderful achievement. Okay, let me get my agenda going again. Okay, our next presentation is our proclamation proclaiming June 2025 as LGBTQ plus Pride Month. And so we do have a proclamation, and we have a proclamation, and beyond that, actually the next agenda item is public comments. Before I go any further, I just wanted to let folks know, just as a reminder, that this is a business meeting, and that as such, that we just appreciate for everyone having decorum and respect as we move forward in our presentation. So, thank you. Okay. All right, let me get all my paperwork together here. Okay, so we have representation from 3 wonderful agencies today to accept the proclamation of June as Pride Month here in the city of Fillmore. I do want to read the proclamation to everyone here today and for those who are listening and for the recording. I'm going to make sure I can see here. Okay. Proclaiming June 2025 as LGBTQ plus Pride Month in the city of Fillmore. Whereas on June 28th, 1969, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer plus community took a brave stand for human rights at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, marking a monumental step for LGBTQ plus equal rights. And whereas each June, cities and towns throughout the United States and world celebrate LGBTQ plus Pride Month to acknowledge the bravery it takes for LGBTQ plus people to come out as themselves, to build community, and to promote equal rights for all. And whereas While a tremendous amount of progress has been made since Stonewall, members of the LGBTQ+ community still face discrimination simply for being who they are. And whereas Pride Month offers the community the opportunity to both reflect upon past and current discrimination and inequalities facing our LGBTQ+ community, and celebrate and embrace the work of individuals and organizations who have committed to advocating for LGBTQ+ people and promoting equality for all. And whereas locally such organizations include Diversity Collective Ventura County, which provides advocacy, visibility, safety, and wellness for the LGBTQ+ community, PFLAG Ventura, who are the extended family of our LGBTQ+ community, working to build better allies, and One Step a la Vez, our local resource for LGBTQ+ support for teens and the larger community in Fillmore and throughout the Santa Clara River Valley. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Cristina Villaseñor, Mayor of the City of Fillmore, and on behalf of the Fillmore City Council, do hereby proclaim June as LGBTQ+ Pride Month in the City of Fillmore. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Fillmore, California, to be affixed on this 10th day of June, 2025. Again, thank you all. I'm going to, at this point in time, ask that we, I have 3 presentations of this proclamation to make to the organizations I just mentioned, and I'll call each one up, and I'd like a representative from each to come to the mic and to just share information about their organization, the resources they provide. That would be wonderful. I'll be right down. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to call up Ms. Tess Allen from Diversity Collective Ventura County. Thank you. And we'll take a photo as well. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Tess. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much. I want to, just on behalf of the board and staff at Diversity Collective Ventura County and the communities that we serve, thank you for this opportunity to be here and to accept this proclamation. This means so much to so many people. Diversity Collective, as Mayor said, our mission is to provide advocacy, safety, visibility, and wellness to the LGBTQ community, and we do that through programs for ages 9 and up. You don't have to be LGBTQ. You can be an ally to attend any one of them. We also have programs, we have events throughout the year. We have Pride Prom, because sometimes kids can't be out at prom. They can't be their true selves, so we have Pride Prom so that they can be. We also have Ventura County Pride, which is in August this year, and then we're also celebrating World AIDS Day on December 1st. I invite every one of you to come out to each one of these events, and I'd also like to invite you to come to the center to see firsthand what we do. I would also like to just say one comment, that right now our queer immigrant brothers and sisters need our support more than ever. And so I'm just asking everyone in the room to be extra kind. Thank you.
Okay, next I would like to call up Celia from PFLAG. And Celia, if you can tell us about PFLAG. I know that's what you're going to do, but it's such a wonderful organization. I'd love to hear about it. So I just wanted to give you this. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Dear Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and the council members, we want to thank you for recognizing this month as an LGBTQ Pride Month. This is an important month. It's not just this month, but Pride is throughout the year. When we walk out of our house, when we go to the schools, the grocery store, when we live in a community, we bring pride with us. Being LGBTQ or being trans is not my goal in life. Being a good human being is my goal in life. And that's our goal in life. We are not just representing ourselves, we are representing intersectionalities. I'm a parent, I'm an immigrant, I'm an Asian Indian, and I am a proud owner of business here in Thousand Oaks. And also I have another office in Ventura County here in Diversity Collective. This is an important month, not just because it started in 1969 by the Stonewall riots. People like us have always existed from the Stone Age to Stonewall and beyond to the space age. We are going to be here. It's very important for us to know that organizations like PFLAG have really helped so many folks, even myself. I came out in a PFLAG meeting, and once I sat there, I knew that I was in a safe space. And it makes sense for parents and friends of the community, if they don't know, if they disagree, they come there and learn about our community. It gives them an opportunity to be true and ask these questions that they don't know. We want you to ask questions. You may disagree, but do not devalue, do not discriminate, or do not disrespect us, because we don't do that to any human being. This is an important opportunity for us to really focus on what we can do for our community. As a business owner here in Thousand Oaks and as a trans person, I not only focus on my community, but I also focus on the farm workers, people who have mental health issues, people who are incarcerated, and also folks who belong to the socioeconomical low status communities, trying to get them jobs. I'm part of the workforce board in Ventura County as well. We represent so many intersectionalities to bring in a wonderful harmony within our community. And that's what PFLAG is all about, and that's what we are all about. So thank you for giving this opportunity, and I'm glad to be here in this place. I came here many, many years back, and there were a lot of people yelling at me, saying, "Go back to your country." They didn't even say that you're trans or you people are chosen this life, but they looked at me and said, "Go back to your country." And it mattered to me. This is not a place for us to be debating about where we are. This is a Chumash land. None of us belong to this place. None of us belong to this country. Let's pay homage to the people who belong here. Let's respect all the immigrants in this country, the farm workers, and people who are underrepresented in our government today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Celia. And our next proclamation, I will bring up Pedro Chavez, come on up, Maria, who is going to accept, actually, on behalf of One Step a la Vez. Okay. Okay, thank you. Maria, I'll just say some words.
In some words in support of our community, we want to say thank you first to our city council for giving us a proclamation. It's just the beginning. It's offering support to our community of those who are part of the LGBTQ+. And as part of the One Step, and even in general, a community member of Fillmore, and being part of this community and being bisexual, I feel like it's an honor being able to be heard. And in general, as in the One Step, I wanted to let everybody in our community know, it's a safe place for anybody who feels left out or just wants to be part of something. We offer many resources to those who are part of the LGBTQ community or just a youth in general from the ages 13 to 19. We have an event coming up in Santa Paula, but it's for the Santa Clara River Valley Pride Brunch. We're going to have it on June 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this brunch, we're going to have resources to our LGBT community and those who are even just allies. And in general, I just want to say this means so much to us, and this is just us being able to be heard, and just it means so much to me personally and our community, our youth, and as we can tell from all those who are in the crowd and even watching this out at home. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Okay, thank you, everybody. That concludes our presentations. We move now on to our next agenda item, which is public comment. And this is, let's see here. This is public comment for items not on the agenda, but we do have several public comments. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yes. Okay, so we are having our first public comment is from Mr. Nicholas Yates with the VCCDC Home Ownership Conference, and he will tell us the acronym for that and tell us all about it. Thank you. And just a note to all of our public speakers, we have 3 minutes, and I'll let you know with 30 seconds left to go.
Okay.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, as well as community members in attendance. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to all of you tonight. My name is Nicholas Yates, and I am the Homeownership Program Manager in charge of education and the counseling departments at a nonprofit organization called Ventura County Community Development Corporation. Now, it is a mouthful, so yeah, we usually go by VCCDC. Our mission is simple. Is to strengthen and sustain vibrant communities by empowering individuals and families to build wealth through education and homeownership, with a primary focus on serving low to moderate income families. I wanted to share with everyone in attendance today, we'll be hosting our 13th annual Homeownership Conference on Saturday, June 28th at our office in Oxnard. It'll be from 10 to 2, and we are excited that this will be our first in-person conference since before COVID. During our conference, we include workshops, panels with experts, exhibits, and a loan center, which will provide an opportunity for attendees to get a free pre-qualification from a loan expert at site. We'll be partnering with various banks so people can come and get a free pre-qual with a multitude of organizations. We'll be providing all this free of charge, both in English and Spanish. At the conference, VCCDC strives to provide our community with neutral information on the home buying process so people can feel comfortable asking questions that they may have. A lot of people in the past have shared that after attending, they felt homeownership is possible for them and their families. I want to say thank you to the City of Fillmore for giving us an endorsement for the event. This will allow us to extend our reach and increase community participation, especially among first-time home buyers in the Fillmore area. For this, we are tremendously grateful. We truly believe that a stable home is the foundation for a thriving life. Our vision is rooted in equity with a focus on helping families navigate through the home buying process. We serve communities in numerous counties such as Ventura, Santa Barbara, Kern, and Los Angeles to make things like affordable housing, financial education, and the opportunity to build generational wealth to everyone, not just the fortunate few. Through our home buyer education workshops that we typically offer a few times a month, both virtually and in person, English and in Spanish, we go over a multitude of things, such as the pros and cons of home ownership, how credit scoring works, budgeting, where to find down payment assistance, how to work with a realtor, why you should get a home inspection, how much home insurance you need, and why. We also offer one-on-one coaching with our HUD-certified homeownership specialists who work with clients to get them mortgage ready
Just 30 seconds more.
No
Thank you.
problem. Thank you. We know that change doesn't happen overnight, and we certainly don't do it alone. But every family we support, every home we make accessible, brings us one step closer to the future we're looking forward together. So, City of Fillmore, thank you again for your support, your belief in our work, and our standing with us building a more inclusive and equitable future for everyone. We're truly honored to partner with you, and I hope to see many of you in the next few weeks on Saturday, June 28th in Oxnard. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Good. All right. Our next public speaker is Diane Sutton. Okay, welcome.
Good evening. I hate to be a buzzkill because everybody's so excited about today's proclamation. But as a mother of 5 and grandmother of 9, I felt compelled to say something because I'm not really understanding what a proclamation really is. But what we've seen with Pride Month, it turns into drag for kids, hypersexual parades, and pressure to celebrate things we fundamentally disagree with. That doesn't belong here. Putting pride symbols in front of City Hall is not neutral, it's taking a side that demands full affirmation, not just acceptance, a side that attacks anyone who disagrees. You want to raise a flag, raise the American flag that represents everyone, not one political movement. I'm a Christian woman, and many faiths and traditions, Christians, Muslim, Orthodox, Jews, teach doctrines about sexuality and gender that conflict with the modern LGBTQ rights agenda. From this view, publicly endorsing Pride Month conflicts with their moral framework and violates their conscience when participation or affirmation is expected. Pride Month can conflict with deeply held religious or philosophical convictions and should not be institutionally celebrated in ways that pressure conformity. I was up in Moore Park today, and I haven't been out and about out of Fillmore, and Moore Park College has a big display. And I mean, I don't know if there's any displays on faith-driven things anymore, maybe Christmas time. But anyway, I just, we don't need a month-long campaign promoting gender confusion, sexual politics, and corporate virtue signaling. This isn't about rights, it's about indoctrination. Our kids are being targeted in classrooms, our streets are being used for politics, and anyone who speaks up gets labeled a bigot. Well, I'm speaking up. Keep Pride Month out of our schools, off our city buildings, and away from our children. We raise the American flag, not political ones. Some argue that dedicating an entire month to one identity group, especially when many others, such as veterans, people with disabilities, victims,
Diane, you have 30 seconds.
Father's Month. We really need a Father's Month. I think fathers need to come back into the family, and maybe all this wouldn't be happening like this. Where's my time? Am I done?
You have about 10 seconds.
Suggest a disproportionate emphasis. Pride Month may reflect an imbalance in how public recognition is distributed across various communities. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Can I give her my time to continue? Did you want to continue? No. Oh.
Okay, our next speaker is Stephen Auclair.
Mayor Pro Tem, I brought some gifts from Diversity Collective as we give to all of the cities, and we hope each council member will take one and express what you all expressed tonight, which is a unified front supporting the youth of the city. You know, 10 years ago, this month marks the 10-year anniversary of the Obergefell decision, which granted marriage equality in the United States. 10 years. In that Supreme Court case, the conservative Chief Justice wrote that at the fundamental question of LGBTQ rights is dignity before the courts and dignity before government. Each time your community has come and spoken before this council on this topic, it's all been basically the same from the side supporting equality, and that is asking for dignity before this council. Once before it was recognized, and then many times it was not. I was here just 10 months ago when youth, some of the same youth were here, openly mocked by city council members. Behavior we don't see anywhere else in this county, out of step with the values of your city. And it turns out it was. Turns out the values of this city are like their neighbors elsewhere in this county, which is affirming the right of youth to feel dignified and to access services and thrive in this community. That you all care about their well-being and health. That despite what may have been said at previous council meetings by previous council members, this council majority supports the youth. They support the future. You know, some say that this is an issue that's somehow 50-50, or somehow there's two sides to this argument. That polling doesn't bear that out. In many cases, polling goes as high as 90% acceptance rate of LGBTQ plus folks. Varies by issue, varies by community. Some make it about religion. Well, the majority of people of faith support LGBTQ plus inclusion. It's what polling shows. In the past, I know people have tried to pin it against the Catholic Church and the people of Fillmore. The majority of Catholics support LGBTQ plus people. So when you hear dissent, it is not the majority. It's nowhere close to the majority, even of the people in Fillmore. About 20% of Gen Zers identify as LGBTQ+. That's about 4,000 youth in this city. So when some say that it's just a small handful, that's a big, big chunk of this community who now knows that they are treated with dignity before this council. Hopefully the end goal, as it was all those years ago when the community came before this council, is to keep youth alive. See, 20% is not...
Stephen, you have 30 seconds.
Thank you. 20% of LGBTQ plus people identifying within the Gen Z generation is not because there are more LGBTQ plus people. What the data is showing is because they're staying alive longer. What is happening is working. People are staying alive, and this council just reaffirmed that this afternoon. That's why we're passing out the pride flag. Hopefully every council member affirms that, and if they don't, I hope someday they will, because that's where Fillmore is. Thank you.
Just want to remind everyone too that we, again, are respectful of everyone's comments, and that we're like everyone to acknowledge, but not with sound. Thank you. Okay, we have more speakers, and our next one is Jenny Medrano. Okay, welcome.
Welcome, thank you. Good evening, council members and fellow residents. I appreciate the opportunity to speak today about the proposal to designate June as LGBTQ plus month in our city. I want to express my concerns from the perspective of many in our community who value tradition and faith-based principles. Fillmore is a small, close-knit town with a strong historical foundation in Christian values. Designating a month for LGBTQ plus recognition may not reflect our beliefs and traditions of the majority of residents. While everyone deserves respect, official city proclamations should align widely with shared values. Local government should focus on maintaining essential services and representing all residents equally. Recognizing one particular identity group through a citywide proclamation could lead to requests from other groups, making governance more complex. Instead of highlighting specific social movements, the city should focus on unity-based initiatives that bring all residents together. Many members of our community adhere to Christian beliefs which may not align with promoting LGBTQ-focused events through government endorsements. Reflecting diverse beliefs means allowing individuals to observe their faith without feeling pressured by government declarations. The city should be mindful of our balancing inclusivity while honoring traditional religious and other principles. In conclusion, I urge the council to consider whether official recognition of LGBTQ+ month is necessary in Fillmore and whether it aligns with the values and expectations of our residents. Our community thrives when we foster respect and unity without government endorsements that may be diverse. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our next speaker is Annette Sula. Okay, welcome.
Hi, everybody. This evening, my heart is sort of broken because it seems that with this proclamation, if we do not agree with what this proclamation says, then we are horrible, terrible people. And I grew up in New York City. I have had people of all persuasions around me for most of my life. But when you state a proclamation that points to one people and make them more special than everybody else, you're making division. It's simple. You're dividing us. You may think you're including us, but no, you're dividing us. Because those of us who hold traditional Christian and Judeo-Christian views do not totally accept this. Our statutes and the Bible that we read tells us that this is not something that's healthy or good or will lead to a righteousness in a life. And that's truth from the Bible. So I don't know really what to say other than I feel that this community is being sort of taken hostage and being told that if we don't embrace this, we are not good people, we are not inclusive, we are being divisive, we are being all these things. And by signaling this out, it's a division. It's telling us that our beliefs are not valid and other beliefs are valid. I just don't think this is anything that a proclamation should be made over. Like, you could make a proclamation, that we honor all Muslims, and Muslims are religion. They deserve to have their religion. They deserve to be accepted with that. But if you say, we're not for any of that, you've made a problem. And so.
Annette, you have 30 seconds.
Okay. And so my heart is sort of broken because I've been in Fillmore for over 40 years. This is my town. I have friends in every kind of persuasion you can think of. And I just think this was a terrible mistake. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our next speaker is Lynn Edmonds.
Well, hi everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for your hard work and your dedication to our town. I'm going to put two things on my agenda for the next meeting, and this one I want to respond. Being gay is not a political thing. Being a part of queer is not political. We have Latino History Month. We have Veterans Day. We have Mother's Day. I'm not Latino. I don't get mad because the Latinos are celebrated. I'm proud that Latinos are celebrated. People need to be celebrated. Everyone needs to be celebrated. I'm a Christian. I believe very strongly in Christ. I believe that God created us all equally. Therefore, I did not create people who are gay less than other people. We're equal and should be treated equally with respect and honor. But gays are not. In my family, my mother had 5 brothers and sisters. In that family, every single family had one gay child. I grew up with gay cousins. They showed when they were kindergartners that they wanted to play with dolls. It didn't make any difference what they wanted to play with. They were part of our family. Of those 5 kids, 3 committed suicide because they were not honored. So yes, we have to honor those who have the feeling that they are gay. It isn't something someone chooses to be. You are who you are. It does not deny other people's rights or equality. It just defines who we are, that we respect all. Do I have any time left? You do.
Oh, sorry, you do. You have 1 minute.
Okay. The second thing I want to say is I want to thank you for approving the $10,000 for the alternate energy program. If we had approved that when we were first asked to, we wouldn't have had to pay the $10,000. We could have just had it and still had the opportunity to be in Edison, just like they have now. And I'm hoping that when they do the evaluation of it, that this $10,000 is paying for, I'm hoping that they'll come up with how much money people in our city would have saved if we had done it when we were first asked to do it.
30 seconds, Lynn.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have one last speaker card, and that is Jasmine Vasquez.
Hi,
Welcome.
Good evening, City Council. I just want to speak from the heart here. I have been a member of this community in Fillmore for 30 years. I just turned 30 this year. I was born in Santa Paula. It's the closest hospital. And I just want to say thank you for approving this proclamation. I turned 30 this year, and I also came out this year. And I will say, you know, being raised in Fillmore, I was raised Catholic. I definitely felt that stigma about being out, being queer. And I felt as if it had to take me 30 years to feel comfortable enough to even come out. And I will say that recognizing June as Pride Month definitely helps us feel seen and supported within the community, because queer people are in our community whether we like it or not, whether they're in the closet or they're out and they hear and they see what's happening. And as a member of the community for my entire life, I know how that feels to feel in the closet. And so I just want to say thank you so much. Today, my heart is flourishing. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that is it for our public comment agenda item. Now our next item is our City Council reports, recommendations, and comments, committee and commission and board reports. So I turn it over to my fellow council members.
Hi.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, Luis, and welcome back, Luis.
I just want to say I'm glad to be back. It's a big day to be back. A lot of members of the community were here, and I'm grateful for all you guys. I miss you all, and we're all in better health. So I'm glad to be back and keep this ball rolling. Thank you.
Great to have you back. Thank you, Luis. What else?
I just want to report that I had one committee meeting since the last time we met, and that was today, actually, this afternoon. I attended the Air Pollution Control Board meeting. Unfortunately, there isn't much to say. It's just regular business that happens, appointing representatives from different cities and so forth. So that's what I've been up to the last 2 weeks since our last one. But I'm glad that everybody from the community came out, and every voice matters, so you guys are all heard. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Any other comments? Yes, John.
So just 2 items to report. So one, I attended the Rotary meeting last week where we celebrated the 39 members of the class of 2025 that had been accepted to a UC. It was a record for the number of students Fillmore High School students accepted to the University of California. And so it was just great to see. Of course, I knew several members of that class. It was great because, the thing is, it's often people have said, I'm a lifelong Fillmore person. I graduated, my wife and I both graduated from Fillmore. All my daughters graduated from Fillmore. And, people sometimes give us a hard time about Fillmore schools. But to me, the proof is in the pudding. And, seeing that many seniors accepted to University of California schools, it was just, it made my heart swell with pride, with flashes of pride. So very, very happy about that. And then, I also attended the last day of school for the Rio Vista Elementary School. And if you've never been to the last day of school there, they have this tradition called the Tunnel of Tears. And what it is all the teachers get together and they form a tunnel for the kids to walk through. And what they say is at the beginning of the year, their goal is to make school so much fun and them to feel so loved that at the end of the year, they're crying when they leave. And it was amazing to see how many kids, especially the fifth graders that are going on to middle school, just bawling their eyes out to say goodbye to their teachers, and it was just hate to sound funny, but it's the joy that it brought to my heart to see them crying was kind of funny. But those two events were great events for the end of the year, and that's it for me.
Thank you, John. Yes, Carrie.
Okay. Let's see. I attended a Ventura County Transportation Commission meeting on Friday last week and discussed all sorts of different issues, but I specifically wanted to bring to our community of Fillmore just a brief update on the Santa Paula branch line and the repair of the bridge again. And I've shared this a few times in the past. So far, the date hasn't changed as far as being able to get the train over the bridge, so bringing trains back into Fillmore will occur sometime in October. That's the goal. There's going to be construction started in June, and the in-water work will begin in July, September. They've got a lot of work to do, actually. I'm assuming they literally mean in the water. But then also, the representative from VCTC, I have asked her to come and present to bring everybody up to date in more detail, because I know we're all anxious to see that train come back to town and see what's going to happen. And it's such a focus of what our community is, and it's just such a key element. And I know we've all missed not having a train. So anyway, so that's was VCTC. And then I also I'm participating in a Zoom meeting tomorrow with the League of California Cities on legislation, but the one I wanted to bring to your attention, and council's been talking about it, or with our city manager and our interim city manager, Proposition SB 79, and it's something that we all need to. We've written a joint letter and sent to our elected officials in Sacramento opposing this. We don't want to move any further because what it does essentially is it allows building to go on that is outside of our, we've established code sections, our the building criteria we set for certain districts. And this specifically pertains to transit areas. So what this will do, where Fillmore, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, but the buildings in Fillmore can't be any higher than 3 stories. Well, what this will do is it'll allow a developer to come in if the property is owned by a transit company or is adjacent to transit, like our train track, our trains over here. I'm sorry, the bus station over here. Then someone can come in, a developer can come in and build a 5-story building. So, and that's for smaller communities. Larger communities, the restriction is 8 stories. Or they'll be allowed to build up to 8 stories. But anyway, so that's something that we're opposed to. And again, it goes back to what I've been complaining about for years, and that's the mandate to come out of Sacramento. And this is a classic example of where Sacramento is saying this is what you have to do. And it's all about meeting our low-income housing, and I understand that, but let us do it our way is my take on this, and consider our input on this. And we have these zoning areas for a reason. So pay attention to SB 79, and again, watch for VCTC to be here in the next, I would think in the next couple of months, to do a presentation and bring you up to speed on what's going on with regard to the train. So, and I think that's all I have. Oh, and then also Porch Talk, which is, I've been holding this event in my, on my porch, the second and fourth Wednesdays, so the Wednesday after council meetings, and I'm really, really pleased at how successful it's been. Last week we had probably 15 people on my front porch. I'm going to have to move it to the patio and call it a patio talk instead of a porch talk, where you have more seating and more space. But it's from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock on those Wednesdays, the second and fourth Wednesdays, and it's just a time to sit and chat. Bring your issues. Let's talk about it. I'm trying to follow up as much as I can with issues that are brought to me, and I'll talk to our interim city manager about things, and get answers back to people as much as possible. But, as is a tendency with a lot of people in a group, we kind of start getting down the path where we're complaining about things. And so I try to steer it away from the complaint, and so it becomes more constructive. I want to hear ideas. I want to hear what the constituents who are on my porch, what they want to see done in Fillmore. So again, tomorrow night from 6 to 8. And just FYI, we've never ended at 8. Last week we went to 9:30. So anyway, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. And I'm glad to hear about how good that is, a growing discussion with more participation. That's wonderful. The more participation we have in our city, the better. Okay, so I did have just, regarding committees and commissions, I am part of the Ventura Regional Sanitation District, and just a short update on that. We have been on a search for a new general manager who will be retiring at the end of the summer. And then the short update on that is that there's excellent candidates, and they're going to be going, I'm part of the executive committee there. I'm the vice chair of the Regional Sanitation District, and we'll be going through interview process in the next coming month. So that's going really well. I did want to address, just really briefly and more to just present resources for the community. I think we're all aware of what's taking place, with regard to immigration and pickups happening in Ventura County, and of course everything happening in Los Angeles County. What I would like to just say on that is, to those impacted, including our families, our residents, our neighbors here in Fillmore, that I stand with you, that I remain dedicated to building a community here in Fillmore and around the county where our community and everyone feels safe, they feel respected and valued. Please know that you are not alone and that help is available. And I'm just going to name off a few of these organizations that are here to help the community. They are El Concilio Family Services. The website is elconciliofs.org. The phone number is 805-486-9777. They offer low-cost or free immigration legal services, including DACA renewals, citizenship applications, and family-based petitions. Also, Importa, the Oxnard office, the number there is 805-640-5060. They provide affordable immigration legal services, including naturalization, DACA, family petitions, humanitarian relief. Mixteco Indígena Community Organizing Project, or MICOP. The phone number, 805-483-1166. They provide linguistically appropriate legal services for indigenous migrants, including Mixteco, Zapotec, and other indigenous languages. They host Know Your Rights workshops and distribute red cards for ICE interactions. The Oxnard UFW Foundation, 805-246-3867, ufwfoundation.org, offers free and low-cost immigration services including DACA, TPS, and naturalization, and provides education on public charge, emergency preparedness, and workers' rights. The Ventura County Public Defender's Office Fresh Start Program, 805-654-2201. They offer criminal record expungement support. They help individuals seal or dismiss convictions to improve employment, housing, and immigration opportunities. VC Defensa, 805-296-1119. One of two response networks mobilizing trained volunteers to verify ICE activities, alert the community, and build power through education and outreach. Swap Meet Justice, or Justicia Tianguera, 805-616-2715. Monthly service event at Oxnard College, the last Sunday of every month, at which government, non-government, private individuals provide legal, medical, and social services confidentially and free of charge. There's also free family preparedness, citizenship applications, DACA, green card renewals, Mexican consulate, tax preparation. Thank you. Okay, that's it for that agenda item. Thank you. We are now moving on to our consent calendar, and I just want to point out to my fellow council members that on item 8G, that is the last one of the agenda items on page 2. There was a typo that has been corrected. It is page 2, section 3C, the fourth sentence. The date is changed. It was a wrong date. It was previously September 30th, 2024. It has been changed now to June 30th, 2025, and that has been a change that's already been made in the consent calendar on that item. So wanted to point that out, and I'll entertain a motion on the consent calendar.
I'll move to approve as amended.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're moving on now to new business, item 9A, the reintroduction of ordinance number 25-985, granting a non-exclusive franchise to Crimson Pipeline LP for existing hydrocarbon pipeline.
I'll present this item, Madam Mayor. This item was before the City Council at the last meeting to conduct a public hearing, and there was no public comment, and then to introduce first reading of the ordinance. However, after the council unanimously adopted that with one absence, we got comments from Crimson requesting minor changes, like the legal name of the entity that operates the franchise changed slightly, and some things like that. They're all non-substantive changes, but they're changes that we thought were valid and that we should respect them and request the council to make, but they're more than, a typo or something that staff could unilaterally change. Hence, we're back here for reintroduction. So it's just an admin fix to make a handful of changes requested by Crimson. If you have any questions about the changes, please let me know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Does council have any questions for Tiffany? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion on this ordinance. And again, this is a new first reading of the ordinance.
I move that the City Council approve the first reading of the revised ordinance granting Crimson Pipeline LP, a California limited partnership known as Crimson below, a non-exclusive pipeline franchise entitled An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Fillmore, California, granting a non-exclusive franchise to Crimson California Pipeline LP to construct, erect, maintain, operate, repair, renew, change the size of, and remove certain pipeline for the transmission, collection, transportation, and distribution of oil, gas, and water or other hydrocarbons.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Oops, get my agenda back here. Okay, our next item of business is 9B, the adoption of City Resolution 25-4078, establishing the GAN appropriation limit for fiscal year 25-26. And welcome, Deborah.
Hello, this is going to be a third one in a row here. So, good evening, council members, Mayor Villasenor, Deborah Cavaletto, Finance Director. Today, staff is recommending City Council to adopt Resolution Number 254078, setting the GANS limit for fiscal year 2025-2026. I have to apologize before this meeting, probably 5 minutes before, as I reviewed, there is some changes that need to be done compared to what my report says that was published 15 days, at least 15 days prior to what is listed on the resolution. The first one will be, and I don't know how this would be adjusted, but the first one would be the population factor. In the original, I was using the city's population factor, which showed a decrease in population growth, about of negative 0.35%. However, with this calculation, you can use either the county or the city, and therefore, in my report that was published, I used the county, which showed an increase of 0.07%. So we're using that calculation, it increases our appropriation limit. My original amount, I used $20,713,912. In essence, it should be $20,801,216. So those both will need to be reflected as of a change in our resolution. But I'll get ahead on the rest of my comments. And so this initiative, or Proposition 4, was approved by voters in 1979. It sets appropriate limits for state and local governments. It's subject to each year, each entity must adjust the appropriation limit. The addition of Proposition 111 revised the base year to change from 1978-79 to fiscal year 87 and adjusted the formulas. So how this is calculated, it consists of the city's adopted appropriation limit and a population and inflationary factors. So the State Department of Finance price factor and population, we show a income increase for California per capita of 6.44%. Now here, in addition, this is where the change occurred. We used, actually, in my report, the population of 0.07 increase of the county over the selected, which was the city's population loss of a negative 0.35. So in that particular case, using that, now we're at 20.8 million for our appropriation limit. So what does that mean? That means our appropriations and our adopted budget limit is actually 10.8 million below. So therefore, we're okay below the threshold. So therefore, as you know, if you hit this limit or go over it after 1 or 2 years, there is a possibility of we are taxing too much and give back. But therefore, right now, we are not with the calculation in that area. So that is into my presentation, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, Deborah. Do you have any questions for Deborah? Council? Nope. Okay. All right. Hearing none, then I will entertain a motion.
I move that the City Council adopt resolution number 25-4078, setting the GAN appropriation limit for fiscal year 2025-2026 as amended.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second. Okay. All those in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item is 9C, resolution number 25-4077, approving the fiscal year 2025 project list to be funded by the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, fellow council members. Since fiscal year 2017-18, the city has been required to annually adopt a resolution by July 1st identifying projects that are proposed to receive the SB1 funding, also known as RMRA, which stands for Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Account. The city is projected to receive $462,000 in its fiscal year 25-26 allocation. The city engineer and I identified a list of street segments included in the resolution that is based largely on 2001 study of our road conditions. It's important to note that this is a preliminary list, and as we get closer to the bidding, of the work, there can be adjustments. The adjustments will be made to the list and reported to the state during our annual expenditure report that's due later in the year. In addition to the allocation of our 25-26 funds, the resolution also acknowledges that fiscal year 24-25 list of street segments as a carryover project. The project was delayed due to VCTC working with Caltrans on reprogramming the Fed fund to a local fund that removes all the burdensome federal programming and reporting requirements. With the combination of the two RMRA allocations, the Fed turned local fund and Article 8A TDA money that we received through VCTC, we're planning on a well-funded $2.2 million resurfacing project in the coming fiscal year. Staff recommends a budget allocation or budget adjustment of $737,677 to the Street Improvement Fund and the adoption of Resolution 25-4077. That concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I just a clarification. Is this the complete street repaving or just repairs?
They're one and the same.
Okay. And then two, I see the first one, Santa Clara Avenue, Ventura Street.
Yes, sir.
Is this the best news I'm going to hear all night? So, is it the section behind Amici's?
Yes, it is. It's our last horrible street.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Village Square took the cake.
Ditto.
That was just recently done. That street segment that you're referring to has been postponed year after year due to a water line replacement project that we need to get underway with before we go with this resurfacing project. I have the design team costing that, the design of it out, and I plan on bringing that to City Council during its next meeting, July 8th is your next City Council meeting. So the design of that project will be included in as an item.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any other questions for Joe? All right. Yeah, I think we all got the answer. Now we're going to talk about Sonic. Okay. All right. If there's no further questions, then I'll entertain a motion.
I move that the City Council approve a budget adjustment of $737,677 to Fund 467, Street Improvements Fund, and as described below, and adopt Resolution 25-4077, approving the fiscal year 2025-2026 Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017, Senate Bill 1 or SB 1 projects list.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. And our next item is item 9D, the approval and authorization of a contract service agreement with SoCal Water Pro for cross-connection control program and backflow prevention assemblies management. It's a mouthful. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
The Federal Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974 establishes national standards for drinking water, safe drinking water, administered by the U.S. EPA. In California, the state board has been delegated that authority, and through its division of drinking water, they're responsible for the enforcement of the standards and supervision of public water systems and drinking water sources. Under its authority granted by the state's Safe Drinking Water Act, the state board adopted cross-connection control policy handbook in 2024. It became effective. The handbook, or the policy handbook, requires each water purveyor to implement cross-connection control program that protects potable water supplies from potential hazards. The 2024 policy handbook is a large departure from what the norm has been, and some of the major changes are the preparation of a cross-connection control plan that describes how the city will achieve compliance. That plan is due July 1st. Hazard assessment and investigation of all property types, including residential, single-family residential use, or the use of certified backflow prevention assembly testers and cross-connection control specialists as part of its program. Backflow incident response, report, and in notification. Public outreach and education, and local entity coordination. On December 24, 2024, the County of Ventura notified the city and water purveyors in the county that effective July 1st of this year, it will be terminating its contracts, its longstanding contracts that implemented for the city and other water purveyors in the county. Not all, but some, most I would say. Implementation of the cross-connection control program and management of backflow prevention assemblies. It's believed that the major changes of the policy handbook presented a liability for the county that it could not accept. There has not been an official statement by the county as why they backed out of, or why they're terminating the agreements, but that's the general consensus that, and through backdoor channels, that's the reason was for liability concerns. With the announcement from the county, the Public Works Department started meeting with known firms that could assist the city develop its own cross-connection control program and management of backflow prevention devices. Due to locality and experience, staff continued working with SoCal Water Pros in developing a scope of work and cost that meets the city's needs in 25-26. Staff is recommending an appropriation of $98,500 from the Water Reserve Fund 504 and approve and authorize the acting city manager to sign a contract with SoCal Water Pros in the amount not to exceed $98,500 in fiscal year 25-26 in a form approved by the City Attorney's Office. Before I conclude this report, I'd like to thank the City Attorney's Office for expediting the development of the agreement so we can get SoCal Water moving forward quickly in the preparation of the city's cross-connection control plan that again is due in less than a month. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you, Jill. Do you have any questions? Yes, Carrie.
Yeah, and I apologize, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but maybe somebody can answer this for me. But I'm just curious as to why, when notice was received on this December 24th of 24, why it wasn't in the budget for 25.
There's been a lot of fast work that's happened. Some of the delay was the county scheduling a meeting with the city and the other water purveyors in the county as to how they plan on handing back over the responsibility of the cross-connection control program. Once we got word, once that meeting occurred, which was, I think, in April, that's when it was, evident to the city that we are going to be on our own. And there was also another reason why we kind of played a little bit of wait and see, and it's still a little bit of wait and see, but we're at this point, we just can't wait no longer. The state board has opened up a commenting period on the extension of the July 1st effective date of the 2024 policy handbook. So we felt like if they do extend it, there might be a chance that we can get our public works supervisor through a training program and get his certificates in order to run the program. That didn't happen. When we investigated the potential for him to attend those courses, a lot of them were just overbooked because of this change. or that he had to meet certain, prerequisites. So a combination of factors kind of really pushed this up to the end. And we missed the budget.
Okay, thank you. And I guess my question then, Joe, is that this amount, I think I had asked Manuel earlier, as we foresee this being now something that needs to be budgeted throughout the years, about this amount.
My intention is to get and this is the scope of work that kind of took a while to develop and identify a cost for the coming fiscal year. My intention is to use them to get us organized so we can run the program in future years and just have like light support, so to speak, from the company. They're selling a product. They didn't like that approach, but they understood at the end of the day that this is going to meet the city's needs, and if it didn't meet the city's needs, then we had to look elsewhere.
Okay, great. And that answers that. That's what we mean then by assistance from SoCal Water Pro in future years.
You're right.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
That's my question. All right. If there's nothing further, then I'll entertain a motion.
I move to appropriate $98,500 from the Water Reserve Fund 504 and approve and authorize the acting city manager to sign a contract with SoCal Water Pro for cross-connection control program and backflow prevention assemblies management services in the amount not to exceed $98,500 in fiscal year 2025 to 2026 in a form approved by the city attorney.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, our next agenda item is, item 9E, the approval of the proposed year-end budget adjustments for fiscal year-end 2024-2025. Welcome back, Deborah.
Good evening. Well, good evening, council members, Mayor Villasenor. I'm Deborah Cavaletto, Finance Director. Today's staff is recommending City Council approve the proposed year-end budget adjustments for fiscal year 2024-25. These adjustments in the staff reports are to address items that were unforeseen in the prior year budget process. So for Fund 203, which is our gas tax fund, we are requesting a transfer of $59,000 or up to $109,000 if needed from the general fund to cover the projected negative balance and increased appropriations. Prior year gas tax fund balance has been depleted mainly due to increased workload and inflationary factors associated with tree maintenance, personnel, and streetlights. Sufficient fund balance is available in General Fund 101. Staff is also requesting that the acting city manager be given the authority to adjust that transfer to that $109,000 if needed. General Fund 101, staff is requesting $708,977 of appropriations to cover the higher than anticipated or unforeseen costs associated with strike team pay and equipment usage, litigation, and stipend costs that were not part of the original budget. In addition, unanticipated revenue of $322,837 for strike team pay and along with workman's comp insurance reimbursements were not part of the budget as they were outside the day-to-day course of business for budgetary purposes and of course unknown at the time. Strike team pay reimbursement was paid by the state for the city's fire emergency response to provide assistance in various wildfire incidents which occurred in early 2025. Sufficient fund balance is available in Fund 101 to provide the remaining requested appropriations in the amount of $386,140. This item complies with the following goal, which is the financial management goal. This is the end of my presentation and available for any questions.
Thank you, Deborah. Does council have any questions? Okay. All right, seeing none, then I'll entertain a motion. Anybody want?
I move to approve the proposed year-end budget adjustments for fiscal year end 2024 to 2025, described below, including authorizing the acting city manager to adjust the funding in Fund 101 as described below if needed.
Thank you. I have a motion to have a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, then for the next item, item 9F, which is to authorize the acting city manager to execute contracts with 2 senior nutrition program food service vendors for fiscal year 25-26.
So good evening.
This one's mine.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you got that? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
We can put both if you want.
You're good. You're
And
our
tag team.
Oh, I must have missed it on my letterhead. I am so sorry. I must have just, if I was standing here. Oh, okay. Well, fun-filled evening. So, good evening, council members of Senor. My name is Deborah Cavaletto, Finance Director. So today, staff authorizes the acting city manager to enter into contracts with 2 food services vendors to support the city's senior nutrition program for a total amount not to exceed $135,000. City staff is in the process of negotiating contracts for the new fiscal year beginning on July 1st, 2025. The city will be utilizing some of the existing vendors that have been providing services under agreements with the county of Ventura. The advantage would be that the Ventura County Area on the Aging Agency and the California Department of Aging have already approved these vendors as following the required guidelines of the senior nutrition program. Alternately, we can undertake a request for proposal process, as the city is not required by the county to continue to use these vendors. However, this process is time-consuming, as the vendors must go through the approval process with the VCAA and the CDA, such that the RFP cannot be undertaken before the initial year of the city overseeing its own senior nutrition program. As you recall in our March meeting, that the county will no longer be doing the accounts payable, and therefore the contracts now must be done by our group. The adopted budget for the senior nutrition program for the upcoming fiscal year is $135,000 related to food costs. Accordingly, if this request is approved, the acting city manager will complete negotiations of the SNP food service contracts, which will ensure continued services in the new fiscal year. This meets the City Council goals in the area of financial management and community engagement, communication, and organizational excellence. End of my presentation, and I'm available for questions.
Okay, thank you, Deborah. Do we have any questions? I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment that I'd like to make, and that is, I understand the need to continue this program, and also to continue with the vendors that are available now, the lengthy time that it takes to do an RFP. But I would like to say, maybe on a future agenda, we talk about an RFP, and maybe again consider a local vendor if we're going to continue this program here locally. So just a comment there. Okay, I will entertain a motion.
I'd like to move that we approve and to authorize the acting city manager to enter into contracts with 2 food service vendors to support the city's senior nutrition program for a total amount not to exceed $135,000 in a form approved by the city attorney's office.
I'll second.
Perfect. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to the end of our business items. And now we have our city manager verbal report.
Okay, I'll try to make this quick. So first and foremost, thanks to Councilmember Garnica. He brought to my attention that the League of California Cities Annual Conference and Expo is coming up, and the early registration is ongoing right now. It's going to be at the Long Beach Convention Center, and during the month of October from the 8th to the 10th. So please let me know if you have interest in attending, and we can get you registered for the event. I got one hand raised here. And if you just send me an email, that'll be good. Thank you. Want to give an update on the Homeless Encampment Resolution Fund grant. And so, I've had one meeting with the Spirit of Santa Paula to discuss case management services. I decided after having that meeting that it would be good to discuss case management services from some other agencies, another nonprofit, another governmental agency. Just given the the needs of the folks that are out there in the encampment. It's going to be important that we have the right agency that's going to be able to provide the type of navigation that group is going to need. So I'll be one of those groups is the County of Ventura. Actually, they've been working with some of the cities on their encampment resolution funding. And so I'm looking to set up a meeting with VCBH and then also with a nonprofit in Ventura called the Turning Point Foundation. So I'll report back and let you know how those meetings go, and hopefully the goal to start our case management in the month of July. That'll be our goal. In the meantime, we do have our homeless liaison unit that continues to provide backpack management and case management outreach to our encampment folks that are out there now. So that's an ongoing effort that's going on. And some other items that we need to consider looking at perhaps is the governor's model encampment ordinance. I think I forwarded that to the council. And then also the California Interagency Council on Homelessness has put out some guidance on addressing encampments. So it's not a panacea, but it is guidance for cities to consider having an ordinance that deals with encamping on public property. So that's something that I'll be bringing back to the council hopefully in July as well. Okay. I was at a meeting today, the Ventura County Task Force on Homelessness, and there was a presentation that was given on the success of a homeless parking program where the County of Santa Barbara, and more specifically a nonprofit in Santa Barbara, has a parking program for their homeless that are in vehicles. Our issues are not particularly with folks that are homeless in parked vehicles, but it was interesting to hear the success that nonprofit is having, and with ERF dollars as well. So that was interesting to hear that. And I'll take any questions if council members have some, please.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for that report. I think it's important that given the amount of let's say, interest that the community and our constituents have expressed both online and also at city council meetings. I think if the other members of the council would go along with this, I think it would be important to have some kind of like an educational briefing on the $1.5 million grant and what the plans are for that money, because I think we've been, I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting a lot of correspondence from people about what is the city council doing about the homeless situation? What are the plans? And I think it would be educational for me as well as for the public to understand how are we going to use that money and what, what's the ultimate end goal for the homeless situation. I mean, obviously we can't, homelessness has been around for, forever, and we can't necessarily solve it all in one fell swoop, but I would personally like to hear how we're going to utilize those funding.
Okay. And so I think we'll, we're taking some feedback from the council on this, and I believe, let's see here. Well, I think we actually passed the portion of the agenda where we have councils are given opportunities to request future items to come back, correct? So, but I'm hearing what you're saying, and if council members would like something like that requested, maybe email me, and then we'll see what we can put together for July.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of that a little bit, if I can. I think that's a great idea. What John is proposing, something that can be digestible for the public. I think to add on to that, kind of outlining what the homeless liaison unit does down there and their goals to connect with the homeless people at multiple times so that it increases the chances of that individual wanting more help. So that's something that the public, I think they're not that familiar with. I think just having another quick outline of what the homeless liaison unit does in addition to what we will be doing moving forward.
Yeah, let's definitely talk more. Like we said, put it on a future agenda item. That way we could have a more open discussion. And I think a few other suggestions, fact sheets, that sort of thing. I know we did that about a rundo, people sort of what's going on with that. So something to that like would be great.
I'll do that.
Let's definitely talk about it more.
Yeah, just to keep going with the update. So Fillmore Fire was nice enough to share with me that on this Thursday, on June 12th, they're going to, as part of a wildfire training class, Fillmore Fire is going to be conducting live fire grass burning training off of River Street and D Street. And this is going to be a collaborative exercise with Ventura County Fire Department, CAL FIRE, and the U.S. Forest Service. And there will be a small amount of smoke in the area for a short duration, and it's a controlled fire for training purposes. And a press release is going to be forthcoming that will be distributed to the community. Okay. Some other news along trail planning. The Santa Paula Branch Line Trail Planning, VCTC provided an update on the Santa Paula Branch Line planning effort, and part of that report was that they're going to have a community workshop coming up, and going back with this effort is in collaboration with the cities of Ventura, Santa Paula, Fillmore, as well as the county, Sierra Northern Railroad, and Caltrans. And what this effort is trying to do is to bring the agencies that are going to be responsible for delivering the Santa Paula Branch Line master plan update and the EIS project to the community, and to also conduct regular coordination and collaboration. So these meetings are also going to be including meetings with our stakeholders, such as our agricultural community, make sure they get feedback, a broader range of feedback. And for more specifically, there's going to be a stakeholder and community engagement that starts on June 12th this week with the Ventura County Transportation Commission Technical Advisory Committee, and then also on June 18th with the Citizens Transportation Advisory Committee. And then that workshop here in Fillmore is going to take place on June 24th at the Fillmore Public Library from 5 to 7 p.m. It's going to be an open house style of event, and they're going to have graphics, and they're going to be taking feedback from the community on this trail plan update. They're going to give a project background, an overview, discuss the project process, and discuss the schedule, and then discuss what the next steps are going to be in that process. Okay. Next, I want to give a round of applause to Aurelie for her work with the fireworks booth applications and that permit process. She did a great job. It's a lot of work vetting the applications, working with the nonprofit organizations on getting the information that they need from them in a timely manner, and she did a great job with that. And we're going to be holding a mandatory safety meeting on Thursday, June 12th, here at City Hall at 6:30 p.m. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Aurelie? Yeah, you got it.
I have a question. When's the first day that the booths arrive?
The first day that the booths arrive.
It's usually always like June 28th. Isn't it like the week before?
Yes, June 28th and July.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Aurelie. One last update, our senior management analyst position, I don't remember I think Erica may have mentioned that the position got filled and they start July 1st. And the person, his name is Angel Garcia. He comes by way of Supervisor Vianney Lopez's office. And then before that, he worked with Senator Hannah Beth Jackson's office. So he's got a really good experience with working with elected public officials at the county and state level, community outreach, community engagement, and will be helping us out with our legislative issues and public policy formation. And more specifically, he'll be helping me out with the ERF grant, so that'll be much needed. Putting together our Citizens Academy, our Business Spotlight program, public information officer messaging, meetings with our mayor and vice mayor, and a city newsletter. So we got a lot of great work lined up for him, and we can't wait till he gets started. So that's my update. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Manuel. It's great updates, and looking forward to having Angel on board. That's wonderful. All right. Okay, we are now at the end of our agenda, and we're moving into closed session. We do have one item, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation. So the City Council will conduct a closed session now pursuant to Government Code Sections 54956.9 D2 because there is significant exposure to litigation in 2 cases. And we'll move into closed session. Thank you. Have left closed session. We are back in open session. The council was updated and there is no reportable action from closed session. We are now at the adjournment. So I adjourn our meeting to the next regularly scheduled city council meeting taking place at 6 p.m. On Tuesday. Actually, I'm looking at this. It says June 28th. Are we meeting? Oh, no, it's okay. It's July 8th. Okay, great. So we are dark for the fourth Tuesday in June, and we'll also, just FYI, we are dark also for the fourth Tuesday in July. We are having a meeting in July. The next meeting for the City Council will be Tuesday, July 8th at 6:30 here at City Hall. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.